Good morning, my YouTube family. Today is March 20th, 2022. Um, the current time is 11:20 a.m. I'm sitting over here at the lake. It's quiet and nice. And so I'm watching the water. And as I'm watching the water go by, a thought came to me. And the thought is, don't let others define who you are. And the reason for this topic is because I spent years always trying to people please. I always wanted to do things, but I was like, well, what if this person or that person, what would they have to say? But I say this to say, God made each of us in His own image, and whatever you want to do in life is not define what people think or what people want you to do. And so, back in June of 2020, that's when a pandemic hit that's out now, this COVID. And I remember sitting in my room and I was like, you know, I need to come up with ways, to make, more money or whatever. And so I was sitting there and I was dwelling on it. And I heard God say, start a business. And I always have been talent, but again, I'm not one of those people that's popular. I'm not one of those people that everybody love. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to stand out and not want to blend in with the world. So, as I started my business, I have a sister, and she always have been a supporter of me. And so, you know, you got family members, and you wouldn't think some of your family members that you would think support you would be the ones turn out that wouldn't support you. So, this one particular family member, I say, well, God told me to start a business, and I said, that's what I'm going to do. So they proceed to say, well, you, nobody's going to support you, nobody's going to buy from you, this and that, and the other. So, I begin to get discouraged, and, me and my sister have a close relationship. So we talk about anything, we always uplift and encourage each other. So I began to tell her what this specific family member said. And she told me, she said, you can't listen to what other people tell you. Always go with your intentions, always pray, and just let God do the rest. And so, God got a way of shutting your enemies up. The very person that said my business wouldn't go nowhere, my business this, my business that, God ended up shutting their mouth. So, I say that my little short testimony, my business is now starting to grow, and I do thank God for that. But anyway, proceeding with the video, don't ever let nobody tell you what you can and can't do. As long as you listen to other folks and not what God tell you to do, things are never gonna work out. Also, don't let whatever hindrance you have in your life, don't let that stop you from the things that you desire and want to do. Now, I do have a learning disability, but I don't let that define me. I don't let that stop me. It would take others 24 hours to do. It'll take me about 2 years, but hey, is that just the way, it's just meant to be. And, you do have people that try to, use their disabilities or whatever as an excuse, but, I don't let nothing define me. I am who God says I am. And I just want to do a short encouragement on anybody that come across this video. Never give up, no matter what situation you in, no matter what state you in. God have everything to happen for a reason. He'll allow things to happen for a reason. And once you get like me, once you finally understand it, then you will learn, hey, it is what it is. Like they say, the first will be last and the last will be first. And I always one of those ones that's last. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna let nobody steal my joy. I'm not gonna, let people define who I am. Like I always say, I am who God says I am. And at the end of the day, God is the one making ways for me. And, just do what God says. And He eventually will set the right people around you. He will, give you the desires of your heart. But you got to diligently seek Him, and just don't come to Him when you in need. I had to learn that go to Him even when things are good. It's really hard, or it's easy to say when things good, that you don't have to pray, you don't have to do this and have to do that. But it's really in the good times that we need God more, as well as we do in the bad times. And always remember, whatever your situation is, whatever the problem is, I always take all your situations and your problems to God, because He is the one that can help you. Yes, He places people in your life, and to help you, to encourage you, to push you. But be careful not to make those people your God. Be careful not to make those places and things your God once God opened that door for you. And I'm learning that day by day. And I do thank God that I am, you know, getting a relationship with Him. And I do thank Him for bringing me out of places. And I'm now at, a place in my life where I am getting the right teaching, and I'm learning to let the things that I once knew go. Um, it's hard, but it's worth it. All the things that I was taught, some things was true, some things wasn't. And so at the end of the day, I'm glad that God has given me another chance. I'm glad that He has chosen me, because I could have been anywhere. It's a lot of things, that I done did, and by y'all looking at me, y'all wouldn't even know to have if you would just judge me on the outside. But I'm glad that God really does deal with me, and it comes a time in your life where you get tired of fighting things. If you hear God calling you, just answer the call, because the more you fight, the worse things get. And I'm speaking on experience. God's been calling me a long time ago, but I was like, well, I do this on this day, I do this on that day. But it's really not like that. This is reality. This is, the new norm is what I call it. Things, people sit back waiting on things to go back to normal. And to be honest, things are not going to go back to normal. This is, God's way of getting everybody attention, and it's up to us, whether we make that sacrifice to follow God, whether we make the sacrifice to do what He say. But I'm letting y'all know, once you fully surrender to God and give Him your yes and mean it, your life will never be the same. And I always used to walk around and quote stuff like that, but at the times I was quoting it, I was quoting it but wasn't living it. I say it like that. And this was years ago. And now that I'm getting older, and God done lead me to the right teaching, I can now say, that life is real, and it's not gonna get back to normal. You either give yourself fully to God, or just deal with the consequences. But and I got tired of doing it, going back and forth. But when it's all said and done, you really don't have anyone but God to go to. And another short testimony I'm going to give. About 2 weeks ago, I had fell into this it's a, I guess want to say, a deep depression. I didn't want to really, I didn't want to take myself out, but what happened was I had let the cares of my situation and the cares of this world get me down. And so I had distanced myself from a lot of people. And so in my time of distancing, I wasn't talking to nobody. I would just, if I was around somebody, I was in a quick hurry to leave. And so about a week ago, to be exact, a week ago today, I was getting ready for church. And I noticed my asthma was acting up, but asthma attack was the last thing on my mind. So I said, I'm gonna get up and go to church. And I said, after church, I'll go to the hospital, and see what's going on. Little did I know. Um, so I began to, have my asthma attack. And when the episode was over, I sat and I told, I was like, why the last 2 weeks I just been going through, and God just really sat me down, and He had to remind me, no matter what I go through, I cannot take anger out on anybody else, because the very people that was there for me, you know, encouraging me, it's like I got mad with them. I got mad with my family and didn't even know why. But I say this to say, whenever you're going through a situation, don't take it out on nobody. Just if you don't want to talk, just tell them you don't want to talk. Or, just tell them you need some time, to yourself. But the last thing you want to do, is take your anger, your situation, or whatever going on other people. And sometimes I do admit I am, full of myself. I sit down and tell myself, why things ain't going how I want it. But then after I said those things, I can hear God say things are not going how you want it, because it's still some things that He desired me to do that I'm not doing. And those things, I know what they are. And so, now it's just time that I do them. And you want things and stuff in life, but it's nothing like having, a relationship with God. And I pray for days like this, and I do admit I want all the blessings that God has for me. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to go through the tests. But you can't get nothing without going through something. Don't let that go over your head. You can't get nothing without going through something. The world have it as ain't nothing free out here. But when you walking with God, He just not gonna drop blessings. He may do it here and there, but you got to go through if you really want your blessings. And it's not just material things. I'm growing in my spiritual life as well. And I just thank God for, not giving up on me. I thank God for, still covering me even when I was out here doing wrong, and I was hearing God. I thank Him, He didn't kill me right then and there. I thank God, for just my overall, health, my life, family, and God is good. And again, I just came to drop a little encouragement. And the title of my video, don't let others define who you are. Don't let the options of other people define who you are. Don't let them talk you out of the things that you want to do. Because when it's all said and done, they'll be gonna talk you out of what you want to do, but they're not going to be there to help you. So just always remember, no matter the stumbling blocks that come, no matter the situations that come, never give up on God, because He won't give up on you, and He's able to do anything but fail. So, I just want to encourage somebody, whoever come across this video, and you all have an amazing Sunday. Enjoy y'all day. Whatever you have planned, enjoy it. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody, you know, get you out track. None of that. So with that being said, I will see y'all next time and enjoy y'all day. God bless.